in the UK for supporting this event. We look forward to coming back real soon. It was an unbelievable crowd, and Leon Walsh, I mean, I take my hat off to him. I mean, he came to fight, but we had the better man tonight. I just want to thank, my staff. I want to thank Leonard Ellaby and the Mayweather promotion staff, and I want to commend all my fighters. My first UK fighter, Ashley Theopane, I want to thank him. I want to thank Badu Jack, another one of my world champions that's under the Mayweather promotion banner. But tonight was Tank's night. We was pleased with his performance. He showed poise at the age of 22. We put him in this position because we know that this kid can fight, and this kid will be a superstar. We really believe. And I know you guys got questions. You go ahead and ask the questions, and Tank will answer the questions.
What did you think of the crowd tonight? Did you feed off them?
I think it was a great crowd. I want to thank the UK fans for coming out and also tuning in on BT Sports and BoxNation, Showtime. It was a great crowd. I fed off the crowd tonight.
How good do you think you can be? I mean, you're sitting next to a great fighter. Can you get to his level?
Right now, I'm young.
I think that we don't want to discredit him. He's still young. He's still growing. We don't know how far or how big a fighter can get. And one particular time, I told, I can remember Leonard Ellaby. I was in the same position as Gervonta. And I told Leonard Ellaby I'll be the first fighter to ever make a guaranteed $100 million in one night. And I did that on more than just one occasion. So anything is possible. Only thing we want to do is take one step at a time. There's no rush. We're not going to rush to fight him and fight him. Everything is a process. Everything takes time. He's still young. He's still learning. There's a lot of things he has to learn on the outside, and it's going to make things even easier on the inside. That's why we're here. But Calvin and his team from Baltimore, they deserve all the credit. Only thing I'm here to do is tweak certain things and help them, because I know what it takes when it's certain fights at such a high magnitude. Because I've been there before, with the Ricky Hatton, with the Canelo, with the Pacquiao, and the list goes on and on. This kid is going to be a superstar, and he's a superstar on the rise. Right now, he's one of the biggest names in boxing, along with Badu Jack, and Canelo, and a few other names. And I'm just proud of these fighters.
Floyd, does when you have a fighter of this nature who clearly could go on to be a Hall of Famer, who Nazim Ahmed rushed over to kind of kiss and greet earlier, when you have someone of this caliber, we know what you've gone through over the last 20 years, that you could leave the sport, you could live in luxury. Does it renew and invigorate you to stay involved in the sports and develop talent in the sport you love?
Well, I didn't get into the promotion business to take advantage of a fighter like a lot of other promoters. I have my own. I made smart investments. I don't have to fight. I got in the boxing business to help these fighters. I'm sorry, ladies and gentlemen. I got into the sport of boxing to help these fighters accomplish their dreams of what they want to do. Some want to become just one world champion. Some just want to become a main event fighter. I know that every fighter that's under the Mayweather Promotions banner won't become world champion, but whatever plateau that he's trying to reach, we're here to help. And this kid right here, I mean, he's one of the biggest names in boxing, and he has to be one of the most exciting fighters in boxing also.
What is he, 50% at the moment, do you think, of what he's going to be? Or?
Absolutely. He's not even 100%. He's not even 100%. Only thing he can do is get better. And and what we talked about, me and his team, because like I said before, he has one of the best teams in boxing. We talked about patience. That's all we talked about. We talked about patience and don't rush the knockout. The knockout will come. What we need you doing is breaking the guy down, because this is at a different level now from when you was fighting preliminary bouts. Now you're the main event. You're the main attraction. So when you're the main event and you're the main attraction, we have to take our time because there's no rush. We have 12 rounds. It's not a 6-round fight. It's not a 4-round fight. So everything is a growing process, and he's still learning and he's still growing. And we're gonna get him to where he needs to get to. But what I want to do for these fighters, even Badou Jack, I want to teach these fighters about smart investments. So when their careers is over, they say, you know what, Floyd just wasn't a good mentor, but he helped us. Long-term, longevity, because a lot of promoters like to keep fighters fighting and you know, keep fighters fighting and put them in bad situations to where they keep giving them advances and keep giving them advances to where they have to sign an extension. We don't want to do that. We want to show these fighters love, and we want to really help these fighters accomplish what they want to accomplish.
Did you expect to catch you at the same age? Sorry. How does Gervonta compare to you at the same age?
What I think is
Hernandez was the 19th fight.
Janelle Hernandez was
that
my
19?
no 17.
So was that one?
About 16 to 7. I don't know about 17.
17.
I was 17 fights. You know, a lot of people don't know how my career went. Actually, I fought 17 fights in not even 2 years and became world champion. So, you know, that was from the grace of God. Just like, you know, the grace of God sent me Badou Jack and Tank. Sent me those 2 fighters. Badou Jack, I can remember the kid would come to the gym, boxing. I said, yo, this kid is unbelievable. This kid could be world champion. And then I seen Tank box before, and I said something about this kid. I have to sign him. So I told my assistant, get in touch with that kid that just left the gym. Get in touch with him. I had to get in touch with him. When I got in touch with him, when I spoke to him, I said, if you do the right things and you listen, within 24 months you could become world champion. I said, there's a lot of fighters that's not going. I can put you on the mainstream so the world can see your talent. You know, a lot of, you know, for the first, I don't know how many fights, it could have been like first 10 fights or 9 fights, nobody's seen them. But I said, with those skills, the world should see your talent.
Gervonta,
Gervonta, do you expect to get him out so early? You were confident enough to load up in the first round, really, when you caught them a good way.
No, I actually didn't load up at all. You know, I took my time. I thought he was going to hold up a few rounds. I thought we was going to go the distance, so that's what I was prepared for.
What were you saying to Liam during the fight? We saw you talking quite vividly with him.
I was just telling Len was he too slow.
Is that something you've learned from Floyd?
No.
The talking to your opponent?
I mean, that's what we do. I think that's what we do in all gyms. I mean, he's a confident fighter. He believes in his skills. It's all about being a showman. He believes in his skills. He believes in his talent. That's a part of it. I mean, I took the role. I took the role of the bad guy. I mean, love it or hate it, you're gonna pay to watch me. And so, you know, love him or hate him, the kid can fight.
Gervonta, what would you like to achieve in your career?
Become that pay-per-view star.
Gervonta, Liam said he'd like to fight you again. Is that something you consider, or is that pointless?
We'll do it again. We'll do it again in Vegas. He said, they came to me and said Vegas. We'll do it again in Vegas. You know, he don't really say too, you know, Tank don't really say too much. He like to let his hands do the talking. So we'll do it again. Tank, you mind doing it again? And we'll do it again.
Is that what's going to be next for him? And will Badou Jack come over and fight cleverly?
Say that again?
Well, in terms of his fighters, do you know who's next? And will Badou come over and fight cleverly?
Badou Jack is willing to fight any fighter that's out there, but the Badou Jack has got to have the right deal, and we're in control, and we dictate the terms, and we'll see what happens. We love the UK, though.
We love the UK, but we want our fighters in a comfortable position. Because if our fighters are not in a comfortable position, you guys are not going. You guys are not going to get the scrutiny and the backlash or cursed out. We will. So we want our fighters happy. So, you know, when I talked to Tank about this fight, we spoke. I said, yo, what do you want to do? He said, you know what? I want to roll the dice. I want to go over there and I want to fight. And I want the world to see my talent. I want to go different places and fight. I want to fight in Dubai. I want to fight in the UK. I want to fight in Africa. I want to fight everywhere.
Question to Mr. Ellaby, Samara, Boxing Socialist. Congratulations, everybody. It was a really good fight. In terms of the revenue, can I ask what kind of revenue are you expecting for this attendance and world global domination, as it were?
It was a great event, a great turnout, and I want to thank Frank Warren and his wonderful team. They're very professional, and it was a great experience, and we look forward to coming back over here and doing some more big events.
Thank you. Question to Floyd, if that's all right.
Gervonta, do you think you can win world titles not just as super featherweight but up through the weights and do at numerous weights too?
I believe I can do anything I set my mind to.
And how high could you go in weight or size-wise?
Only time will tell.
Gervonta, what does tonight mean for you to be making a statement in a different country?
It means a lot, you know. Hopefully I gather some more, a lot of more UK fans. I appreciate the UK. Hopefully we come back, you know, even if I don't fight, just come back and watch more boxing.
And when you hear the name Vasil Lomachenko, do you want to fight him eventually?
I got that. Well, let me answer that question. I said this before. There's no rush. And as you guys see, Lomachenko has to rush. He's 30 years old. You know, 30 years old, I don't know how old he is. He has to rush. This kid is still young. There's no rush. We're going to take our time. But one thing I want to say is that we're not ducking or dodging any opponent. But I want him to enjoy his night. We're not focused on no other opponents right now. Eventually we'll get to whatever name we have to get to next. But right now we're not throwing those certain names out there, but we're not ducking or dodging, because one thing we do know, no matter who Tank fight, he has an equalizer that could change the fight in a heartbeat. That means he got dynamite in both hands. So, you know, I want to say I commend you, and I commend Calvin and the whole city of Baltimore just for, you know, helping this kid throughout his amateur career and in the beginning of his professional career. And I'm happy just to be able to help work with him and help him go to that next level. There's baby steps, so the next fight he fight could be just a tune-up bout. You know, keep him sharp, keep his tools sharp.
It's a nice outfit. You a big Michael Jackson fan? Yeah.
Any other questions?
Y'all got some more questions for my champion?
Okay, thank you, guys.
Floyd, you didn't want to talk about Conor McGregor as the build up to this fight. Now it's over. Can you tell us anything what's going on with that? He says he's signed his contract.
If he signed a contract, you know, I'm over here right now working. I'm always working. Everyone knows I'm always busy, somewhere in some country, working, staying active. When I get back over to the U.S., you know, I communicate with my team. I call Al. I get Al and Leonard on a business call and see what's our next move. There's no rush.
Do you know when we can expect to learn more about your next move?
I just said I have to get over to the States, communicate with my team, put my team together, and see what's our next move. And most likely, when we do make a move, it's going to be, I mean, a very huge move. And you already know when Floyd Mayweather fights, it's, I mean, it's history. It's history, because the only thing that I'm chasing now is my own records, because we all know in the sport of boxing, I broke every record. So the only thing I would be doing is chasing my records. And when the time comes, all the media, y'all be at the event, and it'll be like the same thing. I'll probably be sitting up here by myself, answering a lot of questions.
Floyd,
So you can guarantee that you're going to fight again?
I never said that. Never said that. But if I do fight, it's a 90% chance it's against Conor McGregor.
So when you say appeal now, is the idea of 50-0 appeal now?
50 and 0. I don't really worry about numbers. Only numbers I really worry about is these type of numbers and pay-per-view type numbers. You know, just to be in a sport of boxing, to be in a sport, and you know, make 800 million is truly a blessing. And it won't hurt to throw another couple $100 million on top of that.
Floyd, when you say that the, can I just finish that? When you say, Floyd, that obviously when we spoke before and you said that that side of the deal needs to be done, and if it is done, that side of the deal, that he's got permission from his employer, remember, yeah? Mm-hmm. Is it possible that this fight could actually get made quite quickly?
It's possible. It's possible, but we don't want to rush. We don't want to rush. I'm living, you know, I live so great, and I live so good. I'm like I said before.
I mean this year, for example, do you think?
I don't really know. I have to go back. I have to communicate with my team, talk with them, and see what's the game plan. You know, I got to where I got to, not just being smart in the ring, but being smart on the outside by surrounding myself with smart people. So it takes brain. A person that really has brains wants to surround itself with a bunch of other people with brains.
Floyd, have you been training lately?
This kid been having me work out with him lately. Been having me go to the gym sparring a little bit. I boxed a little bit.
How did it feel?
I was alright. I know he probably like, that ain't the same Floyd, but when it's time, I looked alright. He said I look sharp, but you know, I just did it for him, just to show him some defensive moves. But you know, when it's time to do what I have to do, I'm gonna look tremendous and I'm gonna look sharp if it presents itself.
Floyd, you said 90% that it would be Conor McGregor. Is there a boxer out there at the moment that might take you out of retirement?
Oh, absolutely not. I talked about this before.
No one.
I mean, only fight that makes sense to me is the McGregor fight. To me, I mean, I've accomplished everything that I want to accomplish, but I guess I have one more obstacle that I have to get over.
He's never boxed, certainly as a professional. Do you think it would be a mismatch, though?
Conor McGregor is a professional, and I'm a professional. He's a stand-up fighter, and I'm a stand-up fighter. When it's all said and done, he kick ass in the octagon. I kick ass in the box ring. At the end of the day, it's still ass kicking. So it is what it is. We have to get the people what they want to see. The fans of the world demand that fight, and that's what they want to see. We have to give the fans and the people what they want to see to make them happy.
Do you think there could be MMA fights and boxing fights on the same card, or are you discussing all those kind of things?
As of right now, we haven't spoke about nothing, but we do know I'm going to be the A side. That's what we do know. You know, you go look at my pay-per-view numbers, look at his pay-per-view numbers, look at his net worth in Forbes. Look at my net worth in Forbes. And I think this year I'll be back #1 in Forbes again. I think so. You know, in a matter of time.
Tank, do you see Tevin Farmer as a tune-up fight or a good title fight?
I got this. Want me to get that? Mm-hmm. You get it.
Yes. Yes.
Which one, tune-up or title fight? Which one?
Tune-up.
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 You see Tevin Farmer as a tune-up?
Next.
Nice to hear that.
Well, hey, we don't. You know, I try to tell them we don't. When you, like I always said, when you're an elephant, you step on ants, you don't even see them. When you're an elephant, you step on ants, you don't even see them. I've never even seen the guy fight. But what I did hear is this: the guy that Tank beat for the world title knocked Tevin Farmer out. So what Tevin Farmer has to do is get past him, then we'll give him a chance. We can't give him a chance that easy. It's too easy. I used to be the same way. I used to want to fight everybody. But then I said, if I fight everybody right now, I ain't gonna have nobody to fight later. to fight on pay-per-view. So
you saying Tevin Farmer needs to earn that fight?
yes, he has to earn it. Go win a world title, and then we'll make a unification bout.
Okay.
Let him go fight a guy like who? Let him go fight a guy like Lomachenko. You know what I'm saying? And then we may give him a chance, or go back and avenge his loss to Pedraza, and then we may give him a chance. But right now, that kid ain't on our radar. Like I said before, when you talk about a $4,000 or $5,000 fighter compared to a six-figure and a seven-figure fighter, I mean, like I said before, he's not in our league.
Any other questions?
Floyd, what happens next week when your friend Errol Spence fights Kell Brook in Sheffield?
Who?
Errol Spence and Kell Brook.
That's a good matchup. Errol Spence he's a hell of a fighter. If he's the same Errol Spence, I have to lean towards Errol Spence. Errol Spence is. We never seen him in the late rounds. We seen him, fight good in the first 6. We have a lot of fighters that fight good in the first 6, and not take nothing away from him. He's a good puncher, good boxer. But sometimes us as fighters, we're put in positions. When we put in positions, it brings the best out of us. So he's in a position now that he can take advantage of where it may bring the best out of him. So, but I've seen, Kell Brook fight Triple G, and you guys was crazy about Triple G, talking, Triple G was such, an unbelievable fighter. He's okay. I mean, straight up and down, no special effects. I mean, even at the age of 40, but I'm not looking forward to fighting Triple G, but that'd be easy.
Would you school him?
I mean, of course, you know that. I mean, what's understood ain't really got to be talked about. Say it again? No, I can't. I can't. I can't go up to middleweight. I never was a 154 pounder. And like I said before, when the history books is written, when you look at the records, hate it or love it, they're gonna say Floyd Mayweather was a winner, and Badou Jack was a winner. Gervonta Tank Davis was a winner, and all I do is, I help guys' careers and I help guys become winners. That's my job. I want to help these guys grow, because I did it all. There's nothing really else I can do in the sport of boxing, because once you get so much money, there's nothing else you can buy. Once you buy one jet, you buy another jet, you got 3 jets, and it's nothing you can do. You got mansions here, you got mansions there. You can't live in all those houses. You can't, there's a limit.
What's your favourite time of year to fight?
Say it again?
What's your favourite time of year to fight?
Well, I gave Canelo my day the other day. I gave my, September and May, because I'm Mayweather. Those were my months. May has to be my month because I'm Mayweather. So May and September was always my month. But
2018 be a special month then?
I may end up going this year. We just don't know yet. I have to see. I have to talk with my team.
So does Canelo fight Golovkin on September 16th? Does that affect your plans?
No, not at all. Let me answer this for you. Those guys, whatever they're doing, we wish them the best of luck. They all are great fighters. Floyd Mayweather's on another planet, and Floyd is retired. He's told you guys that if he does anything,
You got Floyd.
If he does anything, it's gonna be one thing, and that's that.
You didn't talk about I was in the Guinness Book of World Records for breaking all the records. You didn't tell them that?
Of course you have.
for generating billions in the sport of boxing, or having the fastest sellout crowd.
But
I mean, and those guys done, and I was watching a fight when I was at my Miami house. I was at my Miami home. I was watching a fight with Klitschko and the guy Joshua. And they said that this is electrifying, sort of like the Pacquiao and Mayweather. And I said, well, we didn't have to have all those hundreds of thousands to do a $74 million gate. So, and like I said before, but those guys put on a hell of a show. Like I said before, you know, I'm just on another planet. And you definitely know it. Because you've been around for years. And you see the same thing over and over and over again.
We'd like to thank all you guys for coming out, supporting this wonderful event.
Man, spit out
Thanks
real
again
smooth.
to Frank Warren and his wonderful team.
I gotta
And we
thank
look forward-
Frank.
We look forward to seeing you guys soon.
I have to thank Frank. I want to thank Frank because he's nothing but a gentleman. And he always stayed GQ.
And let's give a big round of applause for once again.